Hello, Immortal News family, and welcome back to our channel. In the last 24 hours, we have received the somber news of the passing of extraordinary talents, and today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Before we start, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you. Number 6. For decades, Kier was cinema's secret weapon. Directors called on him when they needed fearless eccentricity, not to mention electric screen presence. With these words, film critic Glenn Kenny captured the spirit of Udo Kier, a man whose career lit up the screen in unforgettable ways. Udo passed away peacefully at the age of 81. He left us with a library of performances that stretched across genres, languages, and borders. Born in Cologne, Germany, Udo Kier began acting in the late 1960s and never stopped challenging expectations. Throughout nearly 6 decades, he appeared in over 220 films. Each role, no matter how surreal, intense, or strange, was imbued with his signature presence. He made an impact early in Paul Morrissey's cult hits Flesh for Frankenstein and Blood for Dracula. Later, he stood out in Dario Argento's eerie masterpiece Suspiria, Gus Van Sant's My Own Private Idaho, and as a chilling vampire elder in Blade. Whether leading or supporting, Udo Kier always stole scenes. He formed strong creative bonds with acclaimed directors like Lars von Trier, appearing in 9 of his films, and Rainer Werner Fassbinder. Kier brought something daring and unique to every frame. Even in lighter fare like Ace Ventura, he left an impression audiences never forgot. Kier's striking voice also resonated beyond cinema. Gamers knew him as the haunting Yuri in the hit video game series Command & Conquer. Red Alert 2. In Palm Springs, he embraced life off camera, open-hearted, engaged, and generous with his time. Those who knew him speak of his sharp wit and kindness. He inspired generations of performers, not only through his work but through his fearlessness in being truly himself. Colleagues and friends around the world continue to honor his legacy. Tributes have poured in from across the film industry, praising a man who never once phoned it in. Each performance was bold, each character unforgettable. Udo Kier is survived by family members who remain private. He died of natural causes. Though the final curtain has fallen, his body of work remains, a dazzling reminder of what happens when art and courage walk hand in hand. Tributes to Udo Kier. Number 5. If my music can uplift someone to make them want to live a better life and not give up, that is a big success for me. These words defined Jimmy Cliff's life. A journey filled with passion, resilience, and a deep commitment to unity through music. Born James Chambers in a small Jamaican village, he rose from humble beginnings to become one of the world's most powerful musical voices. At just 14, he released Hurricane Hattie, beginning a career that would span over 60 years and help bring reggae to international stages. Known for songs like Many Rivers to Cross, You Can Get It If You Really Want, and The Harder They Come, Cliff didn't just entertain, he gave voice to struggle, hope, and strength. His anthem Vietnam even caught the attention of Bob Dylan, who called it the greatest protest song ever written. Cliff's role in the film The Harder They Come wasn't just a performance, it was a cultural moment. It introduced reggae and Jamaican identity to audiences far beyond the Caribbean, creating a bridge between his island roots and the wider world. His influence crossed genres and generations. He worked with legends like the Rolling Stones, Paul Simon, and Elvis Costello. He won a Grammy for his album Rebirth and was honored with the Order of Merit by the Jamaican government. In 2010, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But those who knew him best spoke not only of his talent, but of his warmth. A devoted husband and father, he lived with humility and purpose. His daughter Lilty once said, he always asked, "How can I help?" whether it was mentoring a young artist or visiting a school. Jimmy Cliff passed away peacefully at the age of 81 after battling illness. The world mourns a true humanitarian, a cultural giant, and a man whose music brought people together. The outpouring of love from fellow artists, fans, and leaders has been overwhelming. His songs will continue to guide, heal, and inspire. Though he's gone, the rivers he crossed changed the course of music forever. Tributes to Jimmy Cliff. Number 4. There was no one quite like Dharamji. He made strength look gentle and romance seem effortless. These words from Hema Malini capture the essence of Dharmendra, an icon whose warmth, charm, and presence lit up the silver screen for over 6 decades. At 89, Dharmendra passed away peacefully, leaving behind a legacy that defined generations of Indian cinema. His journey began far from the cameras, in a quiet town in Punjab, but his dream led him to Mumbai, where he stepped into the world of films after winning a Young Talent contest. From that moment on, he never looked back. His breakthrough came with Phoolar Pathar, and soon audiences embraced him in every shade, from the soft-spoken lover in Anupama to the fearless hero in Mera Gaon Mera Desh. And who could forget Viru in Sholay? With just one smile or line, he became unforgettable. Known as Bollywood's He-Man, Dharmendra combined strength with sincerity. Whether in action-packed thrillers or soul-stirring dramas, he gave his all. His on-screen chemistry with Hema Malini added timeless magic to every frame, eventually turning into a real-life love story that continues to inspire. He wasn't just a star, he was a pillar. As a producer, he launched careers and backed impactful stories. His support for his sons Sunny and Bobby, and daughters Esha and Ahana, helped shape the next generation of Indian cinema. Awards came often, but Dharmendra remained humble. From Filmfare honors to the prestigious Padma Bhushan, what mattered most to him was the love of the people. Off-screen, he lent a hand to many, often quietly and without fanfare. Even in politics, he carried his dignity into public service, representing Bikaner and promoting rural development. But the heartbeat of his life was always cinema and the connection he shared with fans. His passing leaves behind a silence that echoes through film studios and hearts alike. Prime Minister Modi called him truly one of a kind, and millions agree. Dharmendra lives on through his films, his family, and the joy he gave to countless admirers. A hero in every sense, kind, bold, and unforgettable. Tributes to Dharmendra. Number 3. Whenever Jill walked into a room, the energy shifted. Not with drama, but with grace and quiet determination, a former colleague once said. That simple reflection captures so much of who Jill Freud was. Endlessly generous, quietly brilliant, and deeply devoted to the transformative power of the stage. Jill Freud, who has passed away at the age of 94, touched countless lives through the theater, not only as a performer, but as a mentor, director, and champion of community arts. She died peacefully after a short illness, surrounded by family. While many first knew her from her earlier days on stage in London's West End, Jill's lasting legacy was shaped behind the scenes. She established Jill Freud Company in SeaWorld, breathing life into the summer theater season and making it an institution that welcomed both seasoned professionals and young, aspiring talent. Her commitment stretched far beyond a single production. She believed in nurturing artists and giving audiences heartfelt, accessible theater. Though she married into the Freud family, yes, those Freuds, Jill created her own name with quiet steadfastness. She wasn't one for flashing lights. Rather, she left her mark through kindness, creative intensity, and stubborn optimism. Her productions were known for their warmth, clarity, and storytelling that never spoke down to anyone, no matter their age or background. Dame Judi Dench, a lifelong friend, once shared, "Jill's theater was a place where love of the craft, and of people, was always center stage." Through decades of dedication, Jill's work helped shape a culture of ensemble spirit and emotional honesty in community performance settings across England. Generations of actors and audience members alike were enriched by her careful touch and unwavering belief in the power of stories well told. Her absence leaves a quiet but profound gap in countless hearts. Yet her voice remains, in the laughter of children at a summer matinee, in the backstage rituals passed down from mentor to mentee, and in every small theater that dares to dream big. Tributes to Jill Freud. Number 2, you could always count on Chuck. Whether the cameras were rolling or not, he led with heart. That quote from a close colleague reflects the man so many came to admire. Charles "Chuck" Potthast. At 62, Chuck passed away after a courageous fight with brain cancer. Though his journey has come to an end, the love he showed and the strength he carried will continue to inspire. Known widely from the TLC series 90 Day Fiancé, Chuck stepped into the hearts of viewers with his open-door approach to family, often trying to build bridges during tense moments. His role alongside daughter Elizabeth and son-in-law Andre made him a familiar face on screen, but it was his patience, humor, and firm yet gentle presence that truly made him unforgettable. Before reality TV, Chuck built a respected real estate career in Florida spanning over 30 years. As a businessman in the Tampa area, he helped hundreds of families find homes and built a company that reflected his tireless work ethic and integrity. His success wasn't just about property, it was about people. What set Chuck apart was his unwavering support for his children and grandchildren. He offered guidance without judgment and love without condition. Viewers watched him navigate public family moments with grace, always putting his loved ones first. Beyond cameras and contracts, Chuck was a charitable soul. He gave back to his community and stayed involved with those in need. Whether helping someone get back on their feet or sharing a laugh at a family barbecue, Chuck brought warmth into every room. TLC shared, Chuck was the heart of the Potthast family, and his warmth was felt by viewers around the world. He will be greatly missed. He is survived by his children, including Elizabeth Potthast Castrovette and several grandchildren. Though he's gone, the lessons he left behind, of forgiveness, hard work, and compassion, will live on. Chuck Potthast's story isn't just about fame. It's about love, legacy, and resilience in the face of difficulty. Tributes to Chuck Potthast. What's trending on the internet? News 1. If you've ever hummed along to Brown Sugar or felt the soul in voodoo, today's news is both tender and inspiring. Legendary musician D'Angelo, who shaped modern R&B for generations, sadly passed away last month at just 51, after a brave and private fight with pancreatic cancer. But his legacy isn't stopping at music. To honor his life and battle, D'Angelo's estate, led by his daughter Imani Archer, his brother Luther, and the Black Boy Joy Foundation, is launching the D'Angelo Estate Pancreatic Cancer Fund. Their mission is heartfelt: to raise awareness, fuel research, and uplift families facing this difficult disease. Pancreatic cancer remains one of the most challenging illnesses, especially for Black men, and the Archer family is turning their grief into hope by reaching out to fans, artists, and communities with a call for action and unity. Imani shared a touching promise to continue her father's light and fight, devoting herself to this cause, so others might avoid the heartbreak her family endured. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes, even in sorrow, remarkable strength and healing can emerge. D'Angelo's music moved the world, and now his legacy will help drive progress and compassion for others. He'll be lovingly remembered not just for his voice, but for inspiring a movement, one that's shining hope where it's needed most. News 2. It's always inspiring when public figures take charge of their health and use their platform to help others do the same. Well, that's exactly what happened recently when former British Prime Minister David Cameron made a personal announcement that's resonating with people worldwide. Lord Cameron, who served as Britain's Prime Minister from 2010 to 2016, recently revealed that he's been successfully treated for prostate cancer. The diagnosis came after his wife, Samantha, encouraged him to get tested following a conversation they had about a year ago. They'd heard Nick Jones, the founder of Soho House, discussing his own experience with the disease on the radio, and that really prompted them to take action. Cameron underwent a series of tests including a PSA blood test, an MRI scan, and a biopsy that confirmed the diagnosis. The good news? He received successful treatment and is now using his voice to advocate for targeted screening programs for what is the most common cancer among men in the United Kingdom. What makes this story particularly meaningful is how Cameron is turning his personal health journey into an opportunity to help others. By speaking openly about his experience and supporting screening initiatives, he's contributing to a broader conversation about men's health and early detection. It's a reminder that prostate cancer awareness and regular testing can truly save lives. For older audiences especially, this is an important message. Early detection makes all the difference, and Cameron's willingness to share his story encourages men everywhere to have conversations with their doctors and take their health seriously. His legacy as Prime Minister will always include his political achievements, but this compassionate approach to public health shows he's dedicated to making a real difference in people's lives long after leaving office. News 3. Have you ever heard a story that truly brings a community together? In Western North Carolina, folks are rallying around their beloved high school football coach Travis Turner. At just 44 years old, Coach Turner has been the dedicated leader of the Murphy Bulldogs, guiding his team through an inspiring undefeated season. But recently, Coach Turner has gone missing, leaving the entire community in shock and concern. As family, friends, and teammates come together in support, they're not just sharing prayers for his safe return. They're celebrating the incredible spirit Coach Turner brought to the school and his unwavering commitment to his players. The Bulldogs are playing on, honoring their coach's legacy by sticking together, looking out for one another, and cherishing every moment on the field. No matter what happens, the love Coach Turner sparked in his hometown will be remembered for years to come, reminding us all of the powerful bonds we form through sports, teamwork, and community. News 4. What a moving display of courage we've seen from Dr. Gabrielle Henry, this year's Miss Universe Jamaica. Just days ago in Bangkok, the 28-year-old contestant experienced a frightening fall from the stage during the Miss Universe 2025 pageant. Emergency teams responded swiftly, and Gabrielle was transported to the hospital, where doctors thankfully confirmed there were no life-threatening injuries. Currently, Gabrielle is being cared for in the intensive care unit, with her family sharing that she's not recovering as quickly as they'd hoped. Medical experts have recommended she remain under close observation for at least 7 days, ensuring she gets the specialized care she needs. Through this challenging moment, Gabrielle's poise and bravery have inspired countless viewers worldwide. She's being celebrated not just for her beauty and intelligence, but for her remarkable strength in the face of adversity. As we send Gabrielle and her loved ones our warmest wishes for a full recovery, her legacy in the pageant community will be defined by perseverance, hope, and the power of turning unexpected trials into moments of inspiration. News 5. Have you ever wondered about the strength of the human spirit? Today's story brings you just that. From the snowy mountains of Colorado, meet Jane Smith, a 34-year-old hiker who faced a sudden fierce blizzard while climbing with her close friend. The two lost sight of each other in the swirling snow, and tragically, Jane never saw her friend alive again. Jane's ordeal was one of survival, heartbreak, and resilience. After hours alone in freezing temperatures, Jane summoned the courage to keep moving, ultimately stumbling to safety against all odds. Her journey is a profound reminder of the willpower that can emerge in even the darkest moments. Jane's bravery not only ensured her survival, but honored the deep bond she shared with her friend, one that will never be forgotten. As we reflect on stories like hers, let's hold close the lessons of courage, connection, and hope that continue to inspire our communities every day. News 6. Just SeaWorld helicopter crash inquest, a story of resilience and answers. Nearly 3 years after a tragic helicopter collision on Australia's Gold Coast, families and survivors are finally getting their day in court. On Monday, an inquest began into the devastating accident that claimed 4 lives and left 9 others injured on January 2, 2023. Chief pilot Ashley Jenkinson, along with passengers Vanessa Tadros, Ron Hughes, and Diane Hughes, lost their lives when 2 SeaWorld helicopters collided just 130 feet above the water. The collision happened in mere moments, with one aircraft taking off while another was landing. Today, survivors bravely shared their accounts of those terrifying final seconds. Winnie De Silva, a passenger on one of the helicopters, described the overwhelming shock of the impact. She recalled hearing a loud bang, feeling intense shaking, and watching as objects fell around her. After regaining consciousness, she found herself trapped beneath the wreckage with hot machinery pressing against her body. Another passenger, Jesse Maya, shared that the collision left him in complete shock, unsure how he even escaped the aircraft. Perhaps most heartbreaking was hearing from Simon Tadros, whose wife Vanessa perished in the crash. For the first time, he witnessed video footage of the collision, including recordings from his wife's phone where she reassured their then 10-year-old son Nicky that everything would be okay. Despite losing his wife, Simon carries forward with remarkable strength, focusing on getting answers and ensuring accountability. The 10-day inquest aims to determine exactly what caused this preventable tragedy. Initial investigations suggest that a faulty radio antenna may have prevented the pilots from hearing crucial communications about the takeoff. What emerges from this inquest will hopefully bring closure to grieving families and lead to meaningful changes in helicopter tour safety regulations, ensuring that no other families face this heartbreak. Number 1. The true beauty of a person lies in the difference they make. These words, often spoken about Norma Foster, now echo with renewed meaning. At 90, Norma Foster passed away peacefully, leaving behind a life filled with purpose, passion, and trailblazing achievements. A national icon, Norma was South Africa's first Miss South Africa, crowned at just 18. Her grace took her to the Miss World stage, but her story didn't stop at pageants. Norma lit up stages across South Africa in musical revues and later graced British cinema screens in memorable roles like in Murder Ahoy and A Study in Terror. But perhaps her most lasting legacy came in a different spotlight, beneath the African sky. In 1976, she created and hosted Wildlife in Crisis, a groundbreaking series that introduced wildlife conservation into South African living rooms. It wasn't just a TV show, it was a call to care. Her work helped turn local attention toward the environment at a time when few did, The show's success paved the way for nature programming in the country. Norma was admired for her unwavering drive, creative spirit, and sharp intellect. She balanced elegance with strength, showmanship with substance. As a mentor, she encouraged young performers and conservationists alike, leaving a quiet network of people forever changed by her support. Fans and former colleagues have remembered her as a pioneer for women and environmental awareness in South Africa, and a storyteller who always found the heart of every subject. The cause of her passing was natural, after a life well lived. She may be gone, but Norma Foster's impact continues in every aspiring presenter, in every documentary voiceover, and in every protected wild place inspired by her message. Norma taught us that beauty, when combined with courage and compassion, can change the world. Tributes to Norma Foster. Her strength was louder than her silence, and her kindness lingered long after she left the room. Adelaide Lumis, a spirited and inspiring presence in independent film, passed away at the young age of 32 after a courageous 2.5-year battle with cancer.